Hi, everybody. Welcome to the first episode of the vlog. First, I want to say thank you to everyone who watched the first intro video. I got infinitely more views than I thought I would, so it's really awesome. So thank you so much if you're here from that one. If you're not, please, you can go back and watch it. It's just going to be me introducing myself a little bit and kind of explaining the goal of the channel. I should apologize first because if you did watch the intro video, I did promise video Friday and Sunday. In the moment, I kind of forgot I had a whole bunch of other obligations, including grad school stuff and just general work. And it kind of overwhelmed me for a second. So I had to take a break from editing to get into this. So I do apologize for that. But I've had a blast this week playing Hearthstone. The meta shift after the nerfs is kind of weird. Since Demon Hunter and Warrior aren't really as present at the top of the meta, it gave room for a very tempo-based Highlander Hunter to take the reins and aggressive Murloc Paladins who also kind of come in and take the place of the aggro, which Demon Hunter was kind of possessing. We all know Priest is still there, Priest doing Priest things. That does not change. And I played a bunch of decks this week. I'm going to rattle off the ones I do remember. If I miss one, I miss one, but there were two that I'm going to focus on. I'll talk about those at the end. So first, I went and watched some VODs on Cube Priest from No Hands Gamer. And that deck seems really interesting that I can't quite wrap my head around. I don't know. I think I used my buffs too quick and run out of steam. And with a deck with not a lot of draw, that's going to happen. Also jammed not a lot, very low amount of games, like 4 or 5 games of John Bray's Evolve, Galakron, Shaman. I feel like if you can take board with that deck, you're going to do well. I also made my own little Stealth Rogue deck. It had a whole lot of damage, really aggressive, but it was such a glass cannon. I think I played, like I said, a handful of games. I think I'm 50-50, kind of scrapped that idea as well. I did try Murloc Paladin. I just can't wrap my head around that deck. I'm going to talk about it a little bit later. But the two main decks that I kind of focused on and had a lot of success with were, first of all, Ra-Ran's, his Spell Hunter list. I watched his YouTube video on it and hung out on his chat a little bit on Twitch and just really enjoyed playing the deck. It reminds me a little bit of Spell Hunter back from Cobalt and Catacombs. I'm actually going to make a video on that and the next deck that I'm jamming a lot, and that is Papa Jason's Demon Hunter. I did not think that Demon Hunter would survive without a 5-mana Warglaives. Turns out that Mana Saber is still a really good card and really helps that deck get to the next level. So on the first day after the nerfs, I jammed some Spell Mage. You'll see a video of one of those games later. But basically, for the first week, I started at Diamond 5, climbed up to Diamond 4 with Spell Mage, and kind of stopped for the night. Was really happy. My games were kind of long, so I kind of got mentally worn out a little bit. And the next day in the Discord, someone posted a Murloc Paladin list. I'll post the deck list in the description. I jammed that, ended up about 50-50 after 25-30 games. And I actually started really well. I'd climbed all the way up to Diamond 2, which is the highest I've ever been to. And then something went wrong, and I just went all the way back down to Diamond 5. And I think that was kind of bad. I tilted pretty hard, actually, for the whole weekend. Any games I played were just, I got to get to Diamond 4, fall back down. Diamond 4, fall back down. I was not in a good mental space to play Hearthstone. And if you've ever listened to the Off Curve podcast by Wicked Good, Ridiculous Hat and Bodicus say the same thing too in their Poignancy podcast. But you have to be in a good mental place to play good Hearthstone. If you're just jamming games, getting frustrated like I was, you're not going to have a good time. You're going to lose, you're going to be frustrated. And last night, which was Tuesday the 21st, I kind of realized I was not doing well. I was getting frustrated way too easily with the game. I was tilting super hard. So I took a breath, played some Battlegrounds, got back on ladder with Papa Jason's Demon Hunter. I called him Papa John's in the Coin Concede Discard, and Ridiculous Hat, in all his grace, did not call me out. Someone else did, but Ridiculous Hat is a great dude, great content creator, and he now has a YouTube channel, so you should definitely check him out. But I sat down, started learning the ins and outs of the deck, and climbed up to Diamond 3. I think on my HS replay stats, I'm something like 16-5, maybe. It's a little different, but it's really just sitting down and learning the game. And I'm having a lot of fun with that deck. So I'm going to show you games from my Spell Mage, from Demon Hunter, and then a game where I'm going to talk about a loss of Murloc Paladin. So I'll see you guys in all of that, but I will see you guys after those are done, just to talk to you a little bit, but I'll see y'all later.
So this is the Spell Mage versus Reno Mage. So in the mulligan, I'm going to keep my... Gotta see what I do. I think I'm keeping draw. I'm doing this in real time, by the way. So I'm keeping draw. This is going to be the longest game out of all of them. I'm going to turn down the volume of the computer a little bit. Now, I believe I watched the end of this. I kind of skipped around to make sure I was editing correctly. The end of this, I think that Frostbolt and Fireball don't move at all. It may just end with the different Fireball and Frostbolt. I played Font of Power there because this is a tempo deck. Even though there's no minions, you want to be kind of playing a spell or a minion if you can. And Cantor's Flow is a really good card. Discount the cost of your spells in your deck, which is my whole deck except for Reno. So I'm going to be using that to do much better in my tempo plays. He's played Zephyrs, and I'm pretty sure he goes for Wild Growth here. And I believe my turn, I'm going to play the Dormant Minion. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I played the Dormant Minion here. Draw might have been the right play, but I played the Dormant Minion to kind of clear his board when he's in 2 turns when he's done. Zephyrs doesn't really scare me. The game plan with this deck really is to get your opponent down with some tempo and then just burn them at the end. So here, I draw some cards. Flame Ward's really good. Apex Blast is tempo. Excuse me. But I think next turn, Dormant Awakes, deals some damage, and Zephyrs is gone for sure. Dormant clears Zephyrs, but he leaves the Mana Saber up. Now I'm kind of scared of the Mana Saber, and I know I can't get rid of it. So I'm going to play the... I think my plan here is to play the Sculptor. Because every time I play a spell, I get it at a Mage Minion in my hand. Again, the goal of this deck is tempo. I also got to realize now my deck tracker is kind of scrunched. I will fix that for the next video. He's going to go face, which is good for me because I get to keep my tempo generator up, and I clear his Mana Saber. Again, Mana Saber's a little scary, but Reno's going to clear my board. And now that I'm remembering, that Fireball's not going to stay on the left side of my hand. It's going to be a different Fireball later. But I'm going to use that to clear the Reno, I believe. So I think that's kind of thinking of my plays here. And this is one thing I wish I took a little notes on. Fortunately, I didn't. So I actually go for the Mana Worm Fireball here. Another play could have been the Apex Blast Ping, which would have also developed a 5-cost mini and probably would have been a more tempo play. But the Mana Saber, if it stays alive, is going to kind of ball out of control here. It's got some dead air going on right now. I'm gonna do better about this in the future, but editing these kind of more silent parts. He's gonna Ray of Frost it and then do it again and ping it. It kind of tells me he doesn't have a lot of plays to do on 7, which is good for me. That means there's no Dragon Caster. I'm very sure that's not a counterspell, so I'm not worried about that. So here I'm going to Incanter's Flow. Actually, no, that's right. I play the Shivala, which is every time I play 3 spells, I get to summon a 5/5. And it looks like that's my plan. I discount some spells, draw some cards, play a 0-cost spell. Draw a card, and because this is a really good tempo play, I've seen some people cut this. I know Board Control cut it. That and a few other spells. But this is actually a pretty decent tempo play if you have a spell-heavy meta because it's almost a 4-cost. And I think that's actually pretty good. So we're waiting for him. We have a 2/5 and a 5/5. That was a really good turn for us. We discounted spells, drew some cards, and played a secret. Realistically, that's a pretty good tempo play. He's going to play the Taunt, which my 5/5 is going to go into. I'm pretty sure I'm going to develop another one. I might play I play the Apex Blast on the 2/5. Again, I'm trying to get bored here. That's a little laggy, isn't it? So I'm trying to get bored here and push damage. And his Flame Ward is going to deal some damage to my board. The good thing about Reno Mage is you know they don't run another one of those. All their removal, they will run out of eventually. They will run out of. They do have a lot of it, but once they use it once, it's done. He can't use his Zephrys anymore because he used his Zephrys. He's already used both his Ray of Frosts. I developed the 5/6 here. That's a really good roll. He's going to Frost Nova, draw some cards. An Arcane Breath, my 2/5. I'm pretty sure that's definitely the right play. It's not some generating board. And then the rest of my board, except for that 5/6, is going to die to his Dormant Moon. So I'm just going to Power Creation here. Choose the best tempo, which I believe is the Wind Fury. Though Ogre is always a good roll. But it's definitely the Wind Fury because, again, it pushes damage. I'm kind of counting some damage right now, which is something you have to do in this deck. You have to always be counting ABC. I also get a 6/6 with this. So this is a good turn. He's going to kill 2 of my 5/2s and my 4/2, but I still have a really big board. He's going to have to deal with it, and I think this is a Puzzle Box or a Reno turn because he's a 10 mana. But we'll find out here in a second. Yeah, it's a Puzzle Box. Puzzle Box, I believe, clears my board. This is not this game, but there was a game where I puzzle boxed and then evocated another puzzle box. It was just puzzle box after puzzle box. This actually heals my face, which is nice. I think I puzzle box back just to try and regain control of the board. I don't remember though. He has a pretty good Yogg box though. So we get our Ray of Frost. No, we just ping the 1/9/1. Or no, let's see what we do. I don't remember. So I do ping it and then I puzzle box. I guess I wanted that thing gone for sure. I don't remember how good ours is. The issue with doing voiceovers for these is this was recorded a week ago. Apex Blast is actually a really good roll, no matter where it goes, because I do develop a minion. And this is good value off that Hunter's Pack. That Dark Skies sucks. Especially because I got the Psyche Split. But I get the 2 attack. No demons, so that doesn't work. I think mine had more value to it. He did Clever Disguise and get 2 spells, but I think we're okay. That could be anything. On my own screen, I do have the secret tracker. The fact that he's pinging one of them definitely... Well, I don't know, because he played a Flame Ward. I know it's not Flame Ward, but even if he didn't play it, I know he's not pinging it. I know he's pinging it so the Flame Ward can't exist. Get that quest out. That quest is really good. So he has 28. This is the longest game, by the way. Spell Mage games tend to go long. I don't play the weapon here. I think I'm developing for tempo with 10 mana. Ray of Frost isn't gonna do anything. Tundra has a 2/5 with charge right now. The taunts will die, but I think I still play for tempo in this spot. So yeah, develop more 1/2s. Explosive Trap, and then Tundra Rhino. And Tundra Rhino goes face. Face is definitely the place. Now we didn't get enough secrets this game, but I am curious that if the side quest / quest spot take up a secret. It's not something I want to test. It's probably something I can Google pretty easy. He plays the Malygos here. I need to learn the spells the Malygos generates. So that's not the Malygos spell. That is Blizzard to freeze my board. It sucks, but we do get to destroy it with the Pressure Plate. Good thing about Pressure Plate in this matchup is he runs a lot of spells, so it's good to play it. Play the 0-cost Font of Power, get 3 minions. We definitely develop this because we have secrets, and this actually I think stays around for a little bit. I want to play this, and then I realize he gets spell damage, and I have damage in hand. So I'm just going to play the guy that draws me a spell when he dies, which will die this turn. And the 5/5 won't die to a Awaken and Ping, basically, which is great. Ancient Mysteries cost 0. We have no spells left in our deck. Kind of a bad draw. But I mean, it's not one we're going to draw later, which is nice. So he's adding 3 random mage spells to his hand. Again, my goal right now is to kind of keep tempo and then burn him out. I have a lot of damage from hand. I have Frostbolt, Fireball with spell damage and a weapon. He's going to ping the Rhino. Doesn't really matter. I have no beasts in my deck, obviously. Samayat. I think he rushes into this. Vine Shield Rush. Oh, Taunt. Actually, I think that was a misplay on his part. He should not have taunted it because I can kill it. And this is kind of what Spell Mage is really good at. You can kind of wear them out over a while. So you just have so much freeze. You run 2 Blizzards in this deck. You run 2 Ray of Frosts. You run Deep Freeze. So you kind of just keep freezing stuff, especially board heavy decks. You can keep freezing. He really should have killed it with Samayat, even if it had Divine Shield. So he's going to Fireball that. I don't think he will love doing that because I have the 6/6. So I think the Samaya was a misplay on his part. Or at least using it the way he did was a misplay. We're going to keep freezing him here. We get the Deep Freeze, and Deep Freeze, I've thought about cutting before, but it's really good tempo, and it's really good against Demon Hunter. I really wish I recorded the game, but I played a game against Demon Hunter where he got me down to 1 health, and I could just keep freezing his face over and over again with Deep Freezes, just hoping he didn't top deck something. He never did. It was great. And you send the Frostbolt face there so you can keep pushing damage. Again, you want to burn them out over time. I guess I don't get Reno in this matchup unless he really heals, but I don't think he does. And from hand, we have 11 damage. We can't do spell damage all of it, though. So Cone of Cold, that doesn't matter to us. We have Weapon, which I don't think he remembers. I don't know if he has a freeze from hand and he doesn't play it. It's because he does not remember I have a weapon. He's looking for a taunt here. I'm not sure how many 2-mana cards are taunt. He doesn't get one off that, and he loses the rest. Yeah, if he remembered I had a weapon off Hunter's Pack, he should have frozen my face. So we fireball his face and hit him for lethal. There we go. So that's game 1.
Arana versus Uther.
So this is the Demon Hunter versus
With honor.
Murloc
I am
Paladin.
determined to win this.
And I was listening to the Vicious Syndicate podcast. And what you really want to do against Murloc Paladin is kind of just get rid of their board stuff over time. You'll see my opponent's deck in the left. Because if you don't, they play like an arena deck that plays understated minions because they can't buff anything. I kept Kayn in my mulligan because he's not going to be used as burst. He's going to be used as board control. Again, we just want to keep the board. See what he does. I think my next play is actually... trying to think what my play is. I think because I drew Amani, I do the weapon and buff to a 2/2 and develop the board a little bit. He is on coin, so we can do his weapon. Or, forgot what Murloc Paladin tries to do on 2. They got the 1/2. We're trading into that for sure. And he has the rush guy. Got it. I don't remember what I do here. If I use the Augmenter for buff or for damage. I think, yeah, I pause here for a second to see if I want to deal to the 2/3 or just keep his board empty. So I do end up going with the keep his board empty plan, which is, I believe, the right play. But it's really hard for him to deal with a 2/3. I think I disconnected for a second, so we'll have to let it catch back up. Yep. This happened a lot when I was recording too. A lot of disconnects because of deck tracker and OBS running, but it's fine. Yeah, he emotes me because I froze for a second. So he gets his Dormant guy away again. A really good turn here is to buff them if he can. Looks like he can't, but he does develop quite a big board. We get our Stayer Overseer this turn, which we do develop because he has to kill it. So we trade the... Yeah, so we're just trying to get his stuff off board to make it awkward to deal with. He only has 3 damage on board right now, and that can only kill one of our guys. He gets the rush. That sucks. But again, he can only kill one of our guys right now. He goes for the Amani. I don't think it matters which one you go for, honestly. He is trying to protect face, so he should probably go for that one. So here, Warglaives on 6 is great. I only develop Kayn and get rid of one guy. Another play would have been to buff Kayn, but he was only taking 1 damage, and I needed to get the 3/1 off board. So I think next turn's weapon and just keep the board clear. But I think it also depends what we get. He gives me a Murloc. Scargill would have been really good for him if he got that. He obviously didn't. Discovering a Lackey sucks. We also lost audio for some reason on the game, but that's okay. He trades, he hits face. I think I clicked off the game, actually, is what happened. Yeah, I think I clicked off the game for a second. I gotta remember not to do that in the future. So we play the weapon. We kill his 3/2. I think we clear his board here, actually. I don't think... Oh, no. We trade into that. I think we have to kill the Lackey, too. Yeah. So our health is almost at half, which does suck. Like, that's not good. He has more health than us. He is technically ahead, but because we've done so much work on his board, it's really good for us. So we're just kind of waiting to see what he does at this point. Plays the Herald. He's going to buff it too. Now we want to keep the board with our minions on it. So we're going to kind of just go in, play our 1-2, our 3-5, buff, and give damage to the weapon. We're going to take 5 to the dome, and then hit him for 1, and hit him again. It looks like, I don't remember how we won this game, so it's going to be a little bit of a surprise to me too, but we are behind right now in health. And we have no draw, which is part of it. No skull makes this kind of scary. I think we have pretty good damage on board. We have 6, 9, 10, 11 damage right now. Excuse me. Yeah, I think I clipped off the game again. I gotta stop doing that when I'm recording. Okay, that's a good draw. We get Metamorphosis. This hits the 4-4, which again is fine. We're not trying to burn him out. We're trying to get him out of resources. I should have attacked the 1-1 first and buffed the 3-2. The good thing now, though, is I know he has no rush in his deck. He used both his rush guys that die into a Murloc, and the Murloc Paladin right now is not running the 2-1. So I know that we probably have lethal here. Yeah. So that's what you have to do. You just have to keep them off the board, which can be hard because you deal damage to your face. And this is the game that I want to show. I've fallen into this twice, and once was with Demon Hunter. I don't know why I'm playing Serenoil. I am not sure if I'm happy about it, though. So again, we know that we have to go wide, and if this is Murloc Paladin, we have to keep board against Murloc Paladin. And I'm going to show you the misplay that does happen in this. I squelch him. I don't like people talking, emoting when I'm playing. So I think I think this might have been the first misplay. I think my thought is I want to get on board and keep board. And he can't deal with a 2-2 very well, unless he has the rush guy. I think it might have been better just to play the Dormant. But again, the misplay is coming up in a second. So, play another 1-2. We trade because we want board. And he plays the Angler. Now, he's going to trade into that, hit my other guy. So the misplay, so I don't run out of time, is... Actually, I'll explain it when it comes. It's about to happen. So in the back of my head, I am thinking Consecration is a card. And I disregard that thought eventually. You're going to see me think about playing the 2-3, which is the right play to buff them. But I'm thinking to myself, we should go wide. That's a mistake because Concentration is a card. This happened to me today as Demon Hunter versus Paladin also. I don't know if it's just a tech they're doing or if it's in the deck now. I have to check that out. But if you play against a Murloc Paladin and you're playing a bunch of fragile ones, just know that's going to happen most likely. I think I just kind of get frazzled here. I should have probably played the 4-4. But I'm about to concede anyways this game. I know I can't come back from this. I think I go through one more turn, but I concede. So be aware of that when you're playing against Paladin. Be aware that they can consecrate you. Yeah, he gets the weapon back too. I just know that. No coming back. We're done. Should have conceded when he played the consecration. Just so yeah, be aware of what your opponent's trying to do, basically. And that's something I'm kind of bad at, as you can see. And then I think I shamefully play the 2-3. And then I think I hit that bottom right. Yeah. Concede.
All right, guys, that's going to do it for this week's episode. I'll be back next week, hopefully Sunday. If not, probably by next Wednesday. Still trying to get the editing schedule down and all the other scheduling down, so thank you for your patience. I probably will have a deck video of at least the Spell Mage and Demon Hunter decks and how I play them before then. Hopefully get that done this weekend. If there's a game I really enjoyed playing, I'm going to put it up during the week. And so yeah, thank you for your patience and thank you for watching. Hope you really enjoyed the video. Please, if any constructive feedback you have, please keep it positive in the comments. I realized I forgot to turn on comments on this video. That won't happen this time. But yeah, leave a like, subscribe, share this video if you want, and you can find me on Twitter at SamSeesGhosts. All right, guys, I'll see you later. Have a good one.